Hi guys, and welcome back to Luminous Life. I'm Lamia and I'm back with another reading for the week 15th to 21st of November 2021. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, so the first card for this reading is the third eye chakra. You know, the end of the year is always such a time of accelerated spiritual growth. I almost feel like every time I do readings and sessions with people, I feel like the first half of the year, almost all the way to September, is all about your growth in the material realm. It's all about your growth at an emotional level, mental level. But the last 3 months of the year are all about your spiritual growth. And the third eye chakra card is also bringing your attention to the energy of perception. How are you perceiving things? Because it all boils down to our perception. Two people can look at the same scenario and have a completely different experience and perception of it. So if you have a broken perception, or maybe your ability to see the future or to take in the future is lacking a sense of wisdom, is coming from a place of ego, you need to find a way to balance the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is also our gateway into visualizing and to being able to imagine what we want to create in our lives. So the third eye is such an important energy to focus on. It's also one of the first connections to the divine that we can find in our physical bodies, because what comes through from the divine to manifest into the physical body has its own journey, and it takes that certain amount of opening of the third eye chakra for us to be able to achieve that. Lastly, the third eye chakra is also a seat of our intuition. So when we have a feeling that we shouldn't do something, or to be able to know what to do in a certain given moment, it's to trust your intuition. If you picked this card, or if the first card was what you had your eyes on, this is telling you to trust your intuition, or perhaps to pay more attention to your intuition in the coming week. The second card for this reading is accelerated motion. I think this kind of beautifully ties in with the previous card, which is in terms of our perception and our growth at this time of the year. Accelerated motion basically brings the energy of movement if anything has been stuck. Accelerated motion is telling us that if things have been stagnant, now things will move forward. Now is the time for you to not sit and hide away from your own light and allow yourself to step into things without any fear, full of courage, and with faith that things are going to move forward and there's going to be a really good result of all of your effort. Accelerated motion is also a sign that things are going really quickly, and so it's a good time to harness, to harvest what's happening in your life, and to not let this time just go by you. If you've been feeling like there's a lot of procrastination, or you've been lazy, or you've been playing small, this is a time for you to really step into your power, to really step into that version of yourself that you're proud of, that version of yourself that exists within you, and tap into that and allow this accelerated motion to create bigger things in your professional and personal life. The other thing about the accelerated motion card is that there's a number 8, and number 8 is all about leadership. So no more shying away and stepping into that leader that you are. The next card is Foundations and Achievement, and you can already now see the theme that is building up in this reading. It is about achievement. It's about tapping into that best version of ourselves and really standing and celebrating our achievements. For that, you really need a strong foundation. That means that if your foundation is weak, the achievements will be shaky. This is telling you to pay attention to your foundation. Your belief systems are your foundation. Your team is your foundation. How you perceive yourself is your foundation. How you perceive the world around you. Do you believe that to be successful is a struggle? Do you believe that to be successful is an uphill climb? Or do you think it's, cruising downhill? Or do you think that to be successful takes a certain amount of effort and then have a certain amount of result? What are your belief systems? Because those are your foundations. What are your behaviors and what are your habits? Those are your foundations. So if you need to correct something in your foundation to create better achievement, to have this accelerated motion, to change your perception, this is the week to do so. Alrighty, so the 2 cards that fell out of the pack and make it to our 5-card reading. The first one is Spiritual Union and the second one is Spiritual Strength. And I really feel like this is what really builds into the energy I picked up on when we started the reading, which is that this is that spiritual time of the year. So we're no longer just working on our physical, emotional and mental aspects, but we are going all guns blazing into our spiritual life. Spiritual union, if you are part of this reading and you are wondering about a certain person in your life, it could be a romantic partner, it could also be a business associate, or it could also be you having a breakthrough with someone in your family. There is a spiritual union and it's time for you to tie up loose ends and no longer let any feelings of disharmony fester in your heart. It is time for you to offer forgiveness and allow that spiritual union to teach you what you came to earth to learn. And spiritual strength is kind of all of this because it's offering you that spiritual push, that strength, the number 9, the culmination, the ending and the beginning. It's almost like that cycle is ending. So take that spiritual strength into everything else in your life. It can be as simple a practice as connecting to the God presence in your heart and saying, I let this guide everything in my life. I ask the light within me to give me the strength that I need to change my perception, to allow myself to flow with the accelerated motion that's in the air, to give me the ability to change my foundations and create better achievements in my life. And of course, to allow this spiritual union to take place and unfold in the highest and best possible way. So that's your reading for this week, 15th to 21st of November, and I will see you guys next time.